Hi everyone. My name is Kat Grasso. I am the founder and co-creator of the Joy Agency Los Angeles, which is a creative branding agency or for conscious business folk who have a mission to revolutionize the world. No small task, but it's up to us, say. Um, hmm. So I've known Sheena now for about a year and some, about a year and a half, and she and I have been just enjoying getting to know each other on a lot of levels. Sheena's an incredible friend. She is electric in her way of listening. She has an incredible mind, and she's always a joy. You know, she'll poke you right when you need it and get you back to where you need to be when it comes to owning your power and authority as far as what you're creating in your life, and that you are indeed that crossroads on how to change it. Sheena and I had a wonderful manifestation map session. So we had the session, I think, like 3 or 4 months ago, and during that session, you know, I looking back, I was at a crossroads. So you know, there are certain things when it comes to, I think, like business where I've had such a challenge moving through some of like both my darker patternings when it comes to being self honest and wanting to move away from certain directions and move into other ones. And I think that kind of my managerial self takes over when it comes to running and operating my business, because like, you know, if any of you are business folk, you know that sometimes like you kind of have to steer the ship in a certain direction or do the thing or blah blah blah, and then like you're kind of left with this feeling that like what you're actually like moving towards isn't truly aligned for your spirit. So it was a challenging session, and the fact that I think she affirmed what I had already known, but in a way that was super loving and kind of like Socratic method, like you have all the answers. Like here, go towards this shelf, open that mystery book. She's incredible with her magic and her majestic way of opening the floor to new kind of insights and new psychic spaces. You know, she brings her Akashic record, you know, gifts. She brings her, you know, gifts when it comes to her magical prowess, and also just being like a fucking awesome and funny human being. So when you have a session with Sheena, we had a manifestation map session. You're meeting with someone who has expertise in multiple levels and multiple dimensions, and it really shines through. So, you know, it's kind of like also a healing session at the same time, if that makes sense, because like, you know, she's seeing you at all levels, and like to be truly witnessed, on a soul level when it comes to your gifts, like your foibles, your, kind of like whole spectrum of way of operating. You know, we were chatting specifically about business, but, those kind of qualities kind of blend into the way that you generally move in your life. As a business owner, I found it really challenging to kind of have like a bright light shown on me. To be, you know, quite frank, I think that we're often like most blind to ourselves, and like both for the positive and the negative. So my session with Sheena got me really curious about how I operate, and kind of like what makes me tick, and like why I was feeling like moving in a different direction, and like why I was feeling the way I do and why I'm doing what I do. So, you know, I've always been a big vision person. That's never been like an issue for me. If it's not like worthy of my time or attention, or like feeling like it's like worth putting my energy behind, I tend not to fuck around with it, because like I don't got time to waste. But yeah, there's like the kind of moving away from, you know, it's like I think that Sheena is an excellent coach when it comes to people who are both moving towards needing the accountability and productivity piece, and for people who maybe have already mastered that in their domain and actually need like a true soul, how do you say, like shine and almost like little retrieval there too. But like to be able to see oneself through that reflection. And you know, Sheena is just an incredibly wise woman. You know, she digs deep, on all levels when it comes to seeing problems, issues, situations,